This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. At 7, we are following the latest act of protest on a California college campus. Graduate student workers at UC Santa Cruz are now on strike. They're protesting over concerns about how the entire UC system has handled pro-Palestinian protests. The university argues the strike is illegal in the first place, but the students are not backing down, even blocking off the main entrance, and they are setting up a new encampment. Our Kevin Coe reports from the campus in Santa Cruz.
It's going to be hardship, but I think in terms of why we're out here, we're saying that we want divestment now. That's in the power of the UC. They can do that, and we're waiting on that.
UC Santa Cruz is in the thick of its spring quarter. Final exams are in 3 weeks, but UAW 4811, the union representing about 2,000 UC Santa Cruz grad student workers, say if their final demands aren't met, they'll stay out of class on strike. UC officials responded by filing an unfair labor practice, or ULP, with the state, stating the strike is illegal and unlawful. UC Santa Cruz Executive Vice Chancellor Lori Kletzer released this statement, which read in part, "The University of California disagrees with the union's position and views this work stoppage as unlawful and in violation of the clear terms of the collective bargaining agreements between the parties, which prohibit strikes, work stoppages, and any other concerted activities that interfere directly or indirectly with university operation." Grad student worker Jennifer calls the statement by the UC disappointing.
I do believe that we should have a safe environment where we can definitely protest without fearing that the UC police or even the city police are going to attack and arrest and have very serious consequences for those students.
Union workers are accusing the University of California of allowing violent attacks on pro-Palestine protesters by both outside agitators and police. This encampment sweep at UCLA, followed by arrest, sparked outrage across UC Santa Cruz.
To come in and sweep the encampment with that amount of violence, and I had colleagues, some of them who are not American citizens, who spent the night in jail. I mean, this is really a shame on the UC, and to not offer amnesty and sit down at the table and actually talk about divestment is on the wrong side of history, quite frankly.
Associate Professor Mariam Hale Davis teaches history, but plans to be on the front lines as union workers accuse UC of unfair labor practices. That includes the claim that the UC violated policy by summoning police to eject and arrest university employees engaged in political speech. In response to claims of violence at other campuses, UC officials stated, when protests violate university policy or threaten the safety and security of others, the university has taken lawful action to end impermissible and unlawful behavior. Students say the university's decision to deem the strike illegal won't make them leave.
Our lawyers are going to fight it out. We're out here while, our strike is supposed to be from today until June 30th.
That also means the strike will coincide with commencement ceremonies, which are set for mid-June.
The local chapter of the Jewish Community Relations Council is asking school officials to quickly end the strike. And they sent us a statement that said, in part, today's strike does more than result in canceled classes. It makes Jewish students feel targeted and deeply unwelcome. These students feel that there is no safe place for them on campus. On a new video of a helicopter rescue in the North Bay, the sheriff's office capturing, look at this. This footage is of a crew locating a crashed car, the driver outside bringing him to safety. Ann Makovic actually spoke with the 2 men involved in this rescue for more on how it all happened. The rescues are always miraculous when I see that go down. So what did you find out?
And they're all different. That's what they were telling me. Yeah. So you have to come up with a game plan, as this is all unfolding. Right. That's what they had to deal with after 911 dispatchers got a call about a crash through the car's automated crash notification system from the side of a cliff. No word from the driver or where they might be. So finding both the vehicle and the driver was the first challenge in steep and rocky terrain. This is footage from the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office on Sunday morning near Jewel Gulch. That is north of Jenner on Highway 1. The Sheriff's Office got the call at around 8 and sent a helicopter to search. They found the vehicle about an hour later, about 200 feet from the roadway above, with the driver nowhere in sight.
So initially we thought they may have just been ejected and they're within close proximity of the car. but it was heavily treed around there and the car was very unstable. And I could see the car moving with the rotor wash from the helicopter. So that prevented anyone from going downslope from the car.
With the helicopter unable to reach the cliff's ravines and the deputy unable to hop from ledge to ledge, this is how they had to search. The deputy hooked up and dangling below the chopper, giving them two different views. Well, they finally spotted the driver about 350 feet from where they found the car.
I was kind of thinking the worst, that this was probably going to be a recovery, just based on the amount of time, the condition of the wreckage. And as soon as the rotor wash hit him and the wind hit him, he kind of looked up at us and was putting his hand out like, I need help. And it was like, okay, he's alive.
So they were able to fly him to safety. He's now in the hospital in critical condition, but is expected to survive. Again, they say this was not a technique they've ever used before to reach a victim, but that every rescue is different along the California coast.
I'm holding my stomach because I'm watching how they're rappelling down and how steep and how many feet they are having to go down.
Yes, yes. And then, you don't want to bash into the side of the cliff after you're doing, there's just so many risks out there.
Miracle workers.
But this man certainly is lucky to be alive and hopefully will one day be able to tell his story. He was unconscious when they were able to lift him up. They said he didn't remember anything in their discussion beforehand, so.
And he can tell them thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Ann,
sending good vibes to him.
All right, on to San Jose. One man hospitalized after an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. Police say they were responding to a call about a man with a gun. This happened Sunday in the area of Colmar Drive. Police releasing this video showing a man stepping outside a car firing rounds. When police arrived, they were met with more shots and fired back. No officers were hurt. All right, now to California's housing crisis. Homeowners are finding more options to split and sell their backyards, which can lead to more housing, actually. Kenny Choi shows us how a new law is opening up opportunities for fixed-income retirees and others as well.
Gail Tremaine and her husband bought their San Jose property in the late 70s. It's where they want to age in place.
And we all need a place to get away and be able to relax and decompress.
There's a plethora of trees to prune. So many they wanted to split their lot decades ago, but it wasn't legal until 2 years ago when SB 9 gave homeowners the green light to split their lots and build up to 4 homes on a single family parcel.
This is going to give us a chance to be able to pay off finally the last part of our mortgage.
The cash they're set to receive, giving up 40% of their lot, will provide some security as Gail's husband is battling health issues.
This is a simple way of doing it.
But instead of navigating on their own a daunting maze, obtaining numerous permits and paying thousands in fees up front, Tremaine found a company called Build Casa to help. Ben Baer is co-founder of the Oakland-based startup that does the work to split the lot and sells it to the highest bidder.
We focus on YIMBY cities that want more housing and recognize the problem and, are generally favorable to missing middle development.
Homeowners get cash in exchange. Build Casa can also build starter homes for sale on the newly created space using its own financing, with homeowners having the option to buy the units for rental income or a family member to live in.
You're creating a new option for people that we really view as a new version of the American dream, where people in that middle income range can afford to buy a home in California again.
Mohammed Alameldin works on policy at the Turner Center for Housing Innovation at UC Berkeley. He says it's too early to determine what the impact of companies like Build Casa will have on the housing crisis.
If the legislature follows the formula that they've done with accessory dwelling units, where they keep refining the legislation every year, making it easier and easier for more people to pursue lot splits, then we will find that more units are being constructed.
But Alameldin also believes there is significant potential to create more housing if lot split laws are simplified within the more than 500 local jurisdictions across the state.
They are working within the bounds of something that hasn't been legal for the last 40 and 50 years. So there might be some hiccups along the way.
Analysis from the Turner Center shows there are some 700,000 parcels in California that could be split under SB 9, as the state faces a current shortage of 3.5 million homes.
Any housing that is built in California, and particularly in Santa Clara Valley at the moment, is a good thing.
It's giving her family confidence they're doing their part in this housing crisis.